obedience is dangerous. Laws without moral judgment can turn justice into harm. In Indonesia, we see how laws can be powerful, but also controversial. In 2025, Indonesia faced a tragic case when a Grab motorcycle driver, Afan Kurniawan, was killed after being hit by an armored police vehicle during a protest in Jakarta. Reports said the vehicle ran into him while police were dispersing crowds and he was not even part of the violent actions at the scene. The case became a symbol of public demand for accountability because many believed the law was executed without care for human life. It shows clearly that obedience to authority without questioning morality can lead to injustice, suffering, and loss of trust in the system. Another example is during large protests in Indonesia, where over 5,000 people were detained, and reports showed serious abuse happening, like beatings and electric shocks done by the authority. This proves that even legal systems can fail morally when power is misused. Science also supports this danger. In the Milgram obedience study, around 65% of people are willing to harm others just because they were ordered to do so. This shows obedience is powerful, but not always right. Citizens are not machines. Citizens are not machines. If laws become immoral, blind obedience removes justice, progress, and human conscience. Laws must be questioned, not followed blindly. And for the proposition side, I want you to answer this. If citizens must obey even immoral laws, then who protects the people when the law itself becomes the injustice? Thank you.
2 minutes, starting now.
Honorable judges, respected opponents, and everyone present. My name is Amanda, representing Class 6C. And as the second speaker of the affirmative team, I will rebut the opposition and reinforce our case. First, the opposition argues that citizens should disobey laws they consider immoral. While this sounds appealing, it is dangerous in reality. If everyone individual decides which laws to follow based on personal beliefs, society becomes inconsistent and unstable. For example, during the Arab Spring, mass disobedience that began with good intentions and led to prolonged instability and conflict in several countries. This prolonged instability and this shows that selective obedience can quickly spiral into chaos. Second, they claim that obeying laws supports unjust governments, but without general obedience, there is no functioning system at all. Laws are the foundation of order. If people only follow laws they agree with, rules lose their authority, and society becomes unpredictable and unsafe. They will also bring up civil rights movements. However, these are rare exceptions. In most cases, disobedience leads to disorder rather than progress, and not every citizen has the ability to judge morality correctly at a large scale. Now let me reinforce our case. The primary role of citizens is to maintain stability. Countries like Japan and Singapore demonstrate that strong respect for law leads to low crime rates, high trust, and stable economic growth. Most importantly, change should happen through legal and structured means, such as voting and reform, not through disobedience that risks harming society. So when we compare both sides, the opposition promotes selective obedience, which creates instability. We defend order, consistency, and a functioning society. For these reasons, we strongly support the motion. Thank you.
Second speaker, you have 5 minutes. Starting now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, judges, respected opponent, and friends. As the second speaker for this negative side, I strongly oppose the motion that citizens must obey laws regardless of government's morality. Let me begin by briefly recapping our first speaker. They explained that blind obedience is dangerous because not all laws are justice. History shows that when people stop questioning authority, injustice spreads. Citizens must think, not just follow. Now I will strengthen our case with new arguments. First, unjust laws are often violating basic human rights. For example, during the civil rights movements in the United States, segregation laws were legal but clearly immoral. People like Martin Luther King Jr. openly resisted these laws. If everyone had simply obeyed, equality would not exist today. Second, research shows that people value fairness over blind obedience. A study from Yale University by Professor Tom Tyler found that people are more likely to follow laws when they believe those laws are fair and morally right. This proves that legitimacy comes from justice, not just authority. Third, blindly following laws can lead to serious moral failures. Research by New York University's psychologist Jay Van Bavel shows that people can ignore their own moral beliefs when pressured by authority or group identity. This means that if we promote obedience above all, we risk encouraging harmful behavior. Now, let's respond to the opposing side. They may say laws are necessary for order. That is true, but order without justice is dangerous. A society forces people to follow unfair laws is not stable. It is controlled. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are not debating abstract theory. We are deciding whether the road you walk through each day has guardrail or cracks. As my team has shown, the citizen's primary role is disobedience to law because law is shared bridge between strangers. Refusing that the bridge whenever morality feels personal turns into one society into millions of tiny governments. Every day, you trust rules in traffic, in school, in public place, because predictability keeps people safe. The rule can consistently find that weaker rules of law correlates with the higher violence of public safety. Link back to that motion. If obedience becomes optional, protection becomes optional too. Another example is taxation systems. Citizens may disagree on how government spends public funds, yet they still required to pay taxes. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Healthcare, Infrastructure and Educational System, this proves a simple truth. Society functions not because everyone agrees, but because everyone follows the same rules. Ask yourself this. When a child crosses a road, do they benefit from one diverse private consent or from everyone obeying the same rule? Rationally, the answer is obvious. Empathy says the weakest the person suffers first, the rules become suggestions. Logically, stability must come between selective morality. We do not deny injustice. We insist reform must be lawful because disorder does not heal society. It warns it. Thank you.
Well, first speaker, your 2 minutes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear judges, respected opponents, and friends. As the third speaker for the negative side, I will firmly conclude why citizens should not obey laws regardless of government morality. First, we have proven that blind obedience is dangerous. Laws are not always justice. Governments are not always moral. Therefore, citizens must think, question, and sometimes resist. We showed that history clearly proves immoral laws exist. Laws have supported injustice, discrimination, and harm. If citizens always obey, then injustice continues without challenge. Progress only happens when people question bad laws. We also proved that morality is the limit of laws. Laws should serve people, not control them blindly. When laws become harmful, citizens have the responsibility to stand against them. A study by Princeton University and Northwestern University by Martin Gillens and Benjamin I. Page found that average citizens have little influence on government policy, while elites have much more power. This means laws do not always reflect fairness or morality. They can reflect the interests of the powerful, so blind obedience is not safe. The affirmative team might say, obeying laws keeps order, but order without justice is not true order. It is control. A society that follows bad laws is not stable. It is oppressed. Or they may say citizens must trust the government, but trust must be earned, not forced. When a government acts without morals, citizens must not follow blindly. So which is more logical? To obey everything without thinking or to use judgment and protect what is right. Clearly, thinking citizens create a better and safer society. Do you believe citizens should obey every law even when that law clearly causes harm? In conclusion, obedience without morality is dangerous. Citizens must not follow laws blindly. Justice must always come first. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wait, you have 2 minutes to prepare for your rebuttal.
Oh, okay. Prepare. How many to talk? How many minutes to talk?
1.
1 minute, 2 minutes. Fair. Okay.
Parang yan, yun.
Iya. Kali siya aus mawar.
Bentar. Problems will come. They operated within our aim to reform the legal system, change ultimate society to house not house. Counter interest in the civilized justice of Martin Luther King. How to reflect modernized communities, but time to it can ask to disagree when assembling with house and exile. Emergency for war with starting house 100,000. Yes. China was strict and people are toxic. The results citizens may agree with public understand the facts. They are still required to take actions. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, countries with higher education shows more stable and will have enough.
Okay,
Ini 1 menit bisa. Bisa.
where is she? Al,
Yes.
for the rebuttal, each student will have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, it will change into harm, but your arguments were scrambling because they operated within our aim to reform the legal systems. Change ultimately succeeds through courts, not lawlessness. To answer the question, in the civil rights movement, figures like Martin Luther King helped protect marginalized communities not by obeying not just law, but by challenging them. You keep telling us to disobey, but in reality, disobeying would cause American Civil War that caused 750,000 deaths. And in that sample, China was strict about COVID-19 and the people were arguing about it. But in this data, because China was strict, it shows that 74.6% in Hubei province and 90% outside of Hubei were cured from COVID-19 because they were strict. And in result, 779,000 were recovered. And citizens might disagree with how governments spend public funds, yet they are still required to pay tax. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, countries with higher tax for complaints show more stable healthcare, infrastructure, and education systems. Thank you.
The proposition's argument sounds confident, but it is built on a very oversimplified idea that obedience alone holds society together. Kanza, you say society collapses without obedience. The data from World Justice Project shows that among strong societies depend on accountability, checks on power, and correction mechanisms, not blind compliance. Stability comes from systems that can't be challenged when they fail, not from unconditional obedience. The key word in the topic is regardless. Regardless is an absolute. Amanda, you argue morality cannot guide the nation, but obedience without judgment also fails. Reports from Transparency International show that in many countries, over 25% of citizens report paying bribes, often because harmful systems are followed instead of questioned. That means obedience alone can't protect corruption, not stop it. Cici, your examples like taxes and traffic laws only prove our point. Those laws work because they are fair and accepted as just. This debate is not about fair laws, ladies and gentlemen. It is about unjust laws and every law that mankind has ever made. History repeatedly shows that when unjust laws are not challenged, harm becomes normalized when people resist. And to be respectful, I didn't hear a clear answer to our question. Do you believe citizens should obey every law, even when that law clearly causes harm? Because if you say yes, then you justify every injustice mankind has ever made during the millions of years we lived. But if you say no, they admit obedience is not absolute, and their argument collapses. In conclusion, obedience without morality is dangerous. If obedience is always correct, then injustice never needs to justify themselves. They just need to become law. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much for both teams. We are waiting for the judge.
Ini apa kompetisi kayak sama akal kita terima sendiri.
Wait, I need one of the microphones.
I'm gonna kill you after that.
What? No, actually, this is for the live and this is for them. So you need to hold both. Don't tell the score yet, just ask them.
What?
Well, what do you think? Okay guys, let's listen please from Mr. David first. Let's do applause for Mr. David, guys.
Okay, guys. The debate aside, okay, what do you think about the topic? Your own opinion, not your research. Yeah.
I personally agree with your opinion. Based on I've read the sources that I have provided myself, I think that it is right. You don't have to follow every rule because there is no way every million and in hundreds of million rules that mankind has ever made in history, there is not a single one that is incorrect. And the topic is regardless. I think regardless is an absolute word in English, so it leaves no room for mistake.
Yeah, very good, very good. Guys, positive side, what do you think? Truthfully.
I think,
Don't think about your side. You are
yes, I know.
positive.
Well, I
You
think
got the
I do
microphone.
agree with their
Sorry,
stance.
microphone.
With
Use
their
the other
stance.
microphone as well.
Well, in my opinion, personally, I do agree with them. Like, not every rules has to be obeyed because oh my God, I don't know what to say, but I have been talking about some things that happened lately, such as in corruption and the laws about the women are not protected by the laws, and I do not agree with that. So yes.
Yeah, some laws in some countries are totally outdated. And there's no way you can actually follow that like this in Ohio, in the US. It's actually illegal to walk around with an ice cream in your back pocket. It's truthful,
It's
yeah.
illegal to put ice cream in your back pocket and walk around.
Yeah. So you see some laws like, you know, that should have been abolished a long time ago. Okay. Here's 2 minutes and we'll tell you the story.
So Jerry, do you want to tell them something?
Yeah, I want to appreciate all of you to have free to speak in English and then show your reason about the house thing or what happened to give it to you. So, but the first one I want to tell you about how do you understand about the topic, about the reasoning on the topic, reasoning you something like that. Yeah, so it's very important. And then how you trust yourself in deliver your argue. So I want to appreciate and I want to give public applause for the two teams in this room. And this is doing great job, yeah. So I think in the next level, the argument about the something like the rebuttal, something like that, it's more dangerous, yeah. So keep in touch and keep in spirit with your doing right now, yeah. So don't be sad if there is no lose, yeah, no lose, yeah. There is only best and the best, yeah. So I think it's impressive for me, because this is the first time I judges here. I actually judge on debate, yeah, for the English. So I will appreciate all of you and good job, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shane.
Everybody here. Do you know me? No. Yeah, Mr. Jerry. Mr. Jerry? Do you?
He's everywhere.
Only me. I'm now here. Okay. Firstly, my name is Chita. Miss Chita. I'm from Perguruan. And I'm in personnel administration.
HR, guys, HR.
Yeah. So, okay. My first question is, what is your feeling? What is your feeling after the debate? Maybe from the negative side. I feel a lot of relief, actually. You know, we're done and we were really nervous because we were struggling. But I'm really good and grateful to finish this and we got this. Okay, good. How about the Muslim side?
They have the mic.
Oh, yeah. Which you're on microphone, please tell us what's your feeling. I feel really happy to debate because we're prepared 2 weeks for it. But I'm still nervous for it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Actually, one of you have a good argument and relation. How? Yeah, I say good luck for you, for both of you. And thank you for having us here to be judges. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. English.
Okay. We have the results. Okay, guys. Remember, whoever is the winner, whoever's the loser. Okay. You're not a loser. You have many years left in school. You can have junior high, senior high. You have all this time as an opportunity to better your debating skills. Okay. So there's no loser. You're just in the learning phase. Yeah. So the positive team. 71 points. Negative team. 78.
Go through the floor,
Silence, please. 3, 2. Okay. I wanna. What's on the table? I want to thank both teams. Thank you so much, and thanks for the jury, Miss Cheetah, Mr. David, Mr. Jerry. It was amazing. You all did a great job. For me, it's just a trophy. But seriously, you all did a great job. Please give applause to your friends, guys. So, yeah. Ayla, come over here. Sit down. If any of the boys stood up, he's not gonna get it. Am I clear? If any noises, I'm not gonna give it to him. I'm just gonna keep it. Clear? Alvaro. You cannot give applause, it's okay. Okay, and positive team, please take a picture with the church. The positive team. One more. 3.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you guys, all the two team debates. Take a picture. Let's get it. Let's get that over. All team. Oh, yes. Needs to become with the food. Go, all teams, go. Wait. There's the trophy. Can you copy it? You have to bring it to me. Thank you, guys. Take a picture in front of your picture. Hey. Where's my friend? Where's my friend? My What happened? I don't know. You, Jose. No. You are the MC. No. Okay, guys. Please give us one more time for our very thank you so much. Hope that you guys enjoy how you're going to do better. Yes. And you are now not fun heading anymore, it's someone heading. So please do your best, always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.